Do you know what love is? Sure I do. A boy loves his dog. These are the final lines from the novella Boy and His Dog by Harlan Ellison. But we are not here to discuss the book. Many of you are probably like me, and the Fallout show on Amazon Prime left a bad taste in your mouth. But there is a solution to that. And that solution is a film from 1975 directed by L.Q. Jones. The film adaptation of A Boy and His Dog.
A cautious young fellow named Lodge had seatbelts installed in his Dodge. When his date was strapped in, he committed a sin without even leaving the garage. That's clever.
Now, this video will of course contain spoilers for A Boy and His Dog for the story, so I would recommend that you go and watch this movie yourself if you have not seen it. It's a fantastic story, my favorite movie and favorite story of all time. You can find it for free on YouTube. I will leave a link down below in the description if you are interested in checking that out. And then I would encourage you to please come back and finish watching this video and join the discussion down below and let me know what you thought of it. If you've already seen this movie, if you're familiar with the story, or you just don't care about spoilers, then let's continue on with this video. So, A Boy and His Dog is set in the year 2024. Just 2 years prior to where we're at now. And it takes place after a nuclear war that happened in the year 2007. We follow our main character. His name is Vic. He is very much an anti-hero. But we follow him in this world, and we also follow his loyal companion, a dog named Blood. And this dog, he refers to this dog as Dogmeat.
Fine, Dogmeat.
Many times. And it's used as an insult, but it's something that directly was used in the Fallout series. You have Dogmeat as a companion through many different games, and this is where Dogmeat came from. Now, Blood is the result of pre-war genetic engineering done by the government for police and military canine units. It altered their minds. It made them highly intelligent. They're incredibly smart dogs, and it also granted them with telepathic abilities for communication with their handlers. There are only select people that they're actually able to communicate with. They were specifically tied or paired with certain people. And so Vic is the descendant of a handler who was actually able to communicate with a police dog, and Blood himself is the descendant of some of those genetically engineered dogs. So they have this telepathic communication, and Vic can hear what Blood is saying, but others in the wasteland cannot. So it creates an interesting dynamic. He's not just a normal dog, he's extremely intelligent, and it kind of becomes the moral compass of the story, because Vic, he does not have a formal education or anything. Everything he's learning is from Blood, and Vic does not have a moral compass in this world. It's far more realistic in that Vic just cares about survival and his own needs as a man and as a human. The setting of the story is a ruthless and barren wasteland. The desert environment of the Southwest United States, that setting was also inspiration for the original Fallout games and the Wasteland games. But Vic is what we refer to as a solo. It's just him and his companion Blood roaming around, surviving, scavenging just on their own. But other survivors in this world, you've got gangs of people surviving together. They call them rover packs. They prey on the weak and take what they need. And they become a danger within this world, especially for solos like Vic. But there are other dangers in this world that even the rover packs don't want to deal with. You've got things called screamers, which these are highly irradiated, glowing green humans. Their brains are rotten. They're mindless, wandering around, sometimes solo, sometimes in packs, and they give off radiation. And if you're just near them, exposed to them, or they touch you, it can cause severe radiation burns. So everybody avoids these things. They become highly aggressive. They will attack you. And these things became inspiration for things like feral ghouls, especially the glowing ones, and super mutants within Fallout. You can find traces of a lot of different things within the story of A Boy and His Dog that translated into Fallout. Of course, Fallout has many inspirations, a lot of different things coming together to create that incredible world that we all know and love. You've got things like Mad Max, which is mentioned all the time, Forbidden Planet. You've got things like Flash Gordon. But A Boy and His Dog specifically is the most influential piece of media that crafted the world of Fallout. The dynamic that we're shown between Vic and Blood shows a strong emotional bond. You already have that connection where they can communicate telepathically, but they have a strong bond together as well. Yeah, they've been surviving this wasteland together for a long time. And Blood has basically taught Vic everything that he knows. But there's also dependency between the two. As a result of the genetic engineering that Blood and previous dogs went through, they lost the ability to hunt and scavenge for food on their own, as a wild dog would normally do.
You ain't pulling that crap on me again. And you can shove that part about how you lost the ability to hunt for food when you learned how to talk.
And so they have this exchange as partners surviving in the wasteland together. Vic, he finds them food, water, the necessities that they need to survive. He scavenges it for it, barters for it. He might do some work for somebody in exchange for payment with food. And then in exchange, Blood uses his heightened sense of smell as a dog and just as a genetically engineered animal to sniff out women within the wasteland for Vic to force himself on. Like I said, Vic is an anti-hero. A lot of people complained about this movie over the years, over the decades, saying that it was misogynistic and, how bad it was. But I think it's just realistic. It depicts a realistic wasteland environment. People would go back to their basic instincts and needs. We don't need things like this to cater to these people with weak and fragile personalities, and I'm glad that this movie did not do that. Of course, this is back in 1975. A movie nowadays may not get away with that, and that's why we have all these franchises falling apart before our eyes, like Fallout and Star Wars. They cater to the wrong people. This movie does not. If you are an older Fallout fan, A Boy and His Dog is right up your alley. Another example of inspiration towards Fallout and of the dark tones of the story is Topeka, or commonly referred to as the Downunder. This is a society living underneath the wasteland in a vast technological structure. These people are well off, having all of the resources necessary to survive at their disposal, and living in relative comfort and safety. The downside of the society is that they have very strict rules, and their justice system is this board of a few older citizens who generally send people to the farm for harmless acts or breaking these rules. And the farm is just a euphemism for capital punishment, removing these people from society, removing them from the gene pool. And speaking of the gene pool, this underground society of Topeka is also in danger. They lack genetic diversity, and they're in danger of basically fizzling out as a society within a generation or two. They solve this by luring Vic into the Downunder after following him on the surface and seeing what he's capable of, seeing that he's strong. They do this through making Vic chase a woman. They have a woman fall into his lap, basically. He sleeps with her. She hits him over the head and then leaves, and he runs after her, chases after her, and goes to this underground society. This society almost depicts a culture from the 1950s with the outfits that they wear, the makeup that they have on. It gives off this 1950s kind of vibe and style to it. But it also has the retrofuturistic technology that Fallout is known for. There exist very lifelike androids within the Downunder that do the bidding and policing for the Council of Elder Citizens that I had mentioned before. The tone of A Boy and His Dog captures what Fallout is, the essence of Fallout, in a way that the Amazon TV show hasn't and never will. That's because A Boy and His Dog is one of the biggest inspirations for Fallout to begin with. Fallout brought a lot of things from A Boy and His Dog into it. The Down Under, that underground society of Topeka, it's very similar to what you see in the vaults. And then you've got androids. You've got different robots and androids and things within Fallout. You've got, on the surface, the Screamers, super mutants, and feral ghouls, glowing ones. There are many things that just translate directly over. And anybody looking for a proper Fallout show or movie should be checking out A Boy and His Dog. I would love to discuss the ending of this movie because it is just absolutely perfect, but I do not want to put that in this video. I believe that you need to see it for yourself to truly appreciate the ending of this movie. So definitely go check that out, or if you have already seen it, let's have some discussion down below. I want to know what you think of this movie, what you think of Fallout, the Fallout TV show, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future on post-apocalyptic media, dystopian media, go ahead and subscribe, put a like on the video, and I will see you all in the next one.